So then guys, we've just had the announcement of the brand new M3 MacBook Air, and a lot of you are already asking me, Matt, what is the difference between an M3 MacBook Pro versus an M3 MacBook Air? Well, today we're going to do a comparison, a review of specs to see what the difference is of an M3 MacBook Pro versus the M3 MacBook Air. And with that, let's get started. So then, what we have here then on the left side, we have the MacBook Air 13-inch with the M3 inside of it, and then on the right we have the MacBook Pro 14-inch with the M3. Now I'm going to be mainly comparing the base models, unless I say so or show what other options are available, so just keep that in mind as we go through this comparison. So first of all, let's have a look at the display types. So both of them do have LED, but they use very different technology. The MacBook Air uses a 13-inch LED IPS technology, and this is a retina display, and it's a technology we've had in the MacBook Air sort of screens or MacBook Pro screens for a long time, since about 2012 sort of time. But with the MacBook Pro 14-inch M3, we actually have the mini LED Pro Motion display, what's a far brighter and crisper display than what you get with the MacBook Air. But don't get me wrong, the MacBook Air's LED display is probably the best LED normal display you'll find on any kind of laptop out there, so it still is really good. But then for the actual screen size, there are some differences here, but not much in it. The MacBook Air 13-inch has a 13.6-inch display, whereas the MacBook Pro 14-inch has a 14.2-inch display, so we're talking just about half an inch bigger here on the actual display, so not much in it. But then for the screen resolution, what that means is that the MacBook Air has a 2560 by 1664 resolution, whereas the MacBook Pro 14-inch has a 3024 by 1964 resolution. And just in case you wanted to know what that meant in pixels per inch, the MacBook Air 13-inch has 224 pixels per inch, whereas the MacBook Pro has 254 pixels per inch, and to be honest, you're not really going to tell the difference at all on this, on both of them. But one thing you might notice is the display refresh rate. The MacBook Air 13-inch has a standard 60 Hz refresh rate, whereas the MacBook Pro with that mini LED display has the Pro Motion display, and there's a 120 Hz display, or up to 120 Hz on it. So depending on what apps and things what can utilize that, it will go up to 120 Hz. But then moving over to the brightness and true tone, both of them do have true tone inside of it, but the MacBook Air only has a 500 nits brightness, whereas the MacBook Pro can actually go all the way up to 1000 nits XDR. But I do know this, that with standard SDR it can only go up to 600 nits, so it depends on the content that you're showing on the display. And in fact, if you use actually HDR, it can actually go all the way up to 1600 on the MacBook Pro, so you do have those options there, whereas the MacBook Air only has a standard 500 nits display. But then for the processor, or the main CPU, this is where things change on the base model quite a bit. So the MacBook Air 13-inch, if you get the base model, it will come with an 8-core GPU, whereas the MacBook Pro 14-inch M3 comes with a 10-core GPU inside of it. They both get the standard 8-core CPU, not to get confused there with the GPU, but just do remember that you do get that on the baseline MacBook Air as the starting out base model. You can upgrade it to have the 10-core GPU too, but just know, like I said, base models, that you are going to get the sort of different GPU inside both of these machines. And something what goes along with that as well, what makes these machines very different, is if they have a fan inside of them. And as you can see here, the MacBook Air has had a fanless design now since 2020. So this means there's no fan inside it, whereas the MacBook Pro does have a fan. And what this essentially means is with the MacBook Pro, if you were to do, say, proper video editing like in Final Cut Pro or Premiere, and you're doing your work for, say, more than half an hour at a time, that fan's going to come in very useful to cool down the chipset if you're doing exporting and importing and lots of rendering and things like this. Whereas the MacBook Air isn't really fully designed for it. It can do it, but it will start to throttle and will start to get hot. At the end of the day, the MacBook Air is more designed to be something that, you know, just have to open up some tabs to go shopping on or do some work on or some studying on. It's more designed that, whereas the MacBook Pro M3 is an entry level into sort of the pro industry on that. Next of all is the RAM amount, and the RAM is exactly the same on both of these models what they start out of, and sadly I have to say it is still 8GB of RAM. I think it should be at least 10 to be honest, or even 12GB really to be honest, and hopefully the M4 series will do that. But anyway, you can choose 16GB and you can choose 24GB of RAM on both of these models, so it's identical there. Then for storage amount, there is a difference here. The MacBook Air actually starts out with the base model at 256GB of storage, what isn't a lot, whereas the MacBook Pro 14-inch starts at 512GB of storage, and they both go all the way up to 2TB of storage inside of them. Then for ports, there are some differences here. We only get 2 USB-C ports, what are USB 4 ports inside of them, and Thunderbolt 4 on the MacBook Air 13-inch, and we also have the MagSafe charging port too. Whereas the MacBook Pro 14-inch, we do still get the 2 USB-C ports, but we also get HDMI and also an SDXC card slot, so an SD card slot too, what is quite helpful, and of course we also still get MagSafe as well. Then for the operating system, both of them can run macOS 13 Sonoma, and will also get the latest update this summer, and going forwards they will get loads of updates, probably for the next say 6 years plus or so, so nothing to worry about there on both of these machines. Then for battery life, there is a difference here. What we actually do is we go up to 18 hours of battery life on the MacBook Air, and that's on the 13-inch one there, and on the 14-inch MacBook Pro we get up to 22 hours of battery life, so you are getting a significant battery life. And the main reason is behind that is obviously the mini LED display does help on there, and also the MacBook Pro is a thicker design compared to the MacBook Air, so it does have a chunkier battery inside, a bigger battery to give you that bigger battery life. The same with charging wattage. You get the standard 35 watts charger with the MacBook Air. You can upgrade it up to the 70 watt one, but with the MacBook Pro 14-inch M3 you actually get a 70 watt charger inside the box as standard, and of course you can also do fast charging with this with a 96 watt charger or above. Then for the actual weight, like I said earlier, the actual MacBooks are actually different in sort of their depth and things like this and size, so obviously the MacBook Air is a lighter product to take around with you. It weighs 1.24 kilograms, whereas the MacBook Pro 14-inch weighs 1.55 kilograms, but obviously you are getting things like bigger, better battery life, more ports, things like this on the MacBook Pro, so this is why, you know, it is a bit more heavier. Then for stereo speakers, the MacBook Air comes with 4 times stereo speakers, whereas the MacBook Pro 14-inch actually has 6 times speakers with woofers. So it has a few extras, and to be deadly honest, the sound does sound a bit more clearer inside a MacBook Pro compared to a MacBook Air, but a MacBook Air does still sound really, really good. Both of these models come with Wi-Fi 6E inside of them, so no problems there. And then for the actual webcam, both the webcams have them inside that notch in the top in the middle, and both of them are 1080p webcams. The price for both these models, the MacBook Air for the base model, what I've been talking about mainly, starts at $1,099. That'll give you that base CPU with GPU with the 8 CPU cores and 8 GPU cores, 256GB of storage, and also 8GB of RAM. Whereas the MacBook Pro will start at $1,599, so that's $500 more, and then obviously that gives you the 512GB storage, so that is a bigger amount, and then obviously you get all those extra ports and everything, but you do get the sort of CPU with the 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU, and then of course you also get the bigger and better battery life, but still sadly only still 8GB of RAM inside of it. For colours, what we get here, we get 4 colours though with the MacBook Air, what you can pick from. It's the silver, the space grey, the gold, and the midnight. And Apple claim they sort of tweaked the midnight colour now, so it's not really a big fingerprint magnet as much anymore. But with the MacBook Pro 14-inch M3, you only get the silver or the space grey colour with that one. And with that, will you be buying yourself a new MacBook Air or Pro? So, as you can see, you are getting quite a lot of few extras with the M3 MacBook Pro, and that is why it's a little bit more expensive. And one of the other things, like I've also said, is that obviously if you're going to be doing things like Photoshop and video editing for a long time, then you will need that fan what's inside the M3 MacBook Pro, because the M3 MacBook Air will struggle probably, it will start to throttle. But if you're just going to be doing daily tasks, basic tasks of just sort of browsing the internet, shopping, a bit of Instagram, maybe a light bit of video editing or some shorts or something like on some photos or things like this, yeah, the MacBook Air is going to be perfect for you, as well as studying and things like that. It's going to be really good, especially though if you're going to be doing things like more professional kind of studies and also to do with media. You'll be more eyeing up one of these, I would say, instead, not probably the Air, probably more like the Pro. But those are my own personal initial thoughts on both of these models, and we'll have to wait and see when the M3 MacBook Air is in my hands to do a full-on comparison review, and that won't be too long away. And if you do want to see that video, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. And on that note too, guys, it's time to wrap up the video, so if you have also enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button too. And on that note, I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye bye.